Hi, and welcome back to Las Vegas. We're here at Blackhat USA, standing with Jim Mandelbaum of RSA. Jim, start off, tell us, our audience, a little bit about you, what you do at RSA.
All right. Well, I guess you'll hold it. All right. I'm Jim Mandelbaum. I have a title of Field CTO of Identity, and my role is, one is an evangelist. I go around preaching the message of SecurID, talking about the SecurID access, the differences and the features of why SecurID access we believe is the best solution on the market. I also work with our largest accounts. I speak at conferences. I participate in Blackhat like we're doing today with the NOC and protect the infrastructure here.
Great. Well, to that point, I was going to say, so we're here at the NOC at Blackhat. Talk a little bit about how SecurID is being used in the NOC behind us.
Thank you. It's a good chance for me to talk about it. I love it. So what we're doing is we're protecting the critical infrastructure. What most people don't know is that the Blackhat network is actually its own network built from the ground up. We don't use any of the facilities networking. And what has happened is day one, when they come in and they drop in that network, all the 5 leading vendors get together and they bring in their solutions and then slowly get them integrated together. Once they're all integrated and talking to each other, my job was to come in, lay in SecurID access on top of it, and provide secure, risk-based access to all of the critical infrastructure. What we're doing is not only providing a risk-based access, meaning they don't always get challenged, it's based upon risk, but we're also providing non-repudiation. What I mean by that is nobody can go in and make a change to the network without having the accountability to know who actually made that change when the change was made. And in a funny story with that, though, just kind of aside, day one, when I was getting it up and running, we created a connection to RSA Net Witness through the logs, and we started creating some dashboards, and we started looking at trends in traffic. And about 2 hours after we put it in, I walked over, sat down on my laptop, logged in, brought up Net Witness, and what I saw was a climb, and then a drop off the cliff of a network. So my first reaction, of course, was there's something wrong with SecurID access. And I quickly logged in, and no, it's still working. And what we found is that one of the network cables on a router had gotten unplugged. So we actually troubleshooted a networking problem from an authentication authorization to full packet capture log correlation down to it. So talk about the full circle of integration. That was proof positive that it really works.
That's awesome. And if you could tell us a little bit kind of about RSA SecurID, what makes it uniquely qualified to really protect the network here?
So it's kind of interesting how we got involved. I got a phone call after a new vendor was chosen to be the firewall vendor. They had looked at what I would say probably our biggest competitor. And when they compared what they offered to what we offered, the concept of a risk-based approach so that when users log in, they don't actually have to authenticate every time if the risk determines, was part of the solution. The other part of the solution, they were looking for, number one, I don't want to really bring in another point solution. I'm looking for a vendor we already have a relationship with that could provide more than just two-factor. So what we're doing is providing that full wrapper, as I mentioned, how we're getting the visibility that we really were the only vendor that could provide that end-to-end for them and be an easy plug because, again, we already had an existing relationship.
That's great. And just for the audience, is this the first time that RSA SecurID has been plugged into the NOC?
Actually, it's not. So what happened was just before Singapore Blackhat, I got a phone call asking what they were trying to do. I said, we absolutely can do what we're talking about. Then what they decided was, well, let's give it a shot at a smaller event. So went to Singapore. We implemented it in Singapore. It went perfectly. And that's why we were invited to then come to the big event and protect the Vegas. And now we are we're going to be a fixture in the NOC.
Awesome. And for those at home, talk a little bit about RSA SecurID, about the product, about the benefits that it offers large enterprises and such.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest misconceptions we have about the product is the belief that it's a token product, that it's all about the token. And I'm here to say it is absolutely not about the token. I mean, when's the last time any of us went anywhere without our mobile phone? I mean, I'm going to be politically incorrect, but when's the last time I'll point it at you. When's the last time you even went to the bathroom without bringing your phone? Don't answer it. It's okay. I don't want to touch your phone.
We don't want to know.
I don't want to touch your phone. But the bottom line is you're laughing, but I think everybody else watching this is chuckling because they know it's true. Yeah. So let's leverage this. You know, we have a fob and we throw it on our keys. My keys are actually laying in the NOC unattended right now, but this is not. So I think that the user experience is critical. I think if we move to start leveraging the biometrics capability of the phone, push technology, verify using our eyes, expanded to things like FIDO tokens, Windows 10 Hello, we've done all of that with SecurID access, and I don't think a lot of people know that. But what's really different, so a lot of vendors can say, well, me too, we can do that. But what's really different about SecurID access is that we don't just say an authenticator is an authenticator. What we do is we give the customer the ability to say the value of that authenticator has a different weight within the system, meaning we take risk into context. So if I have a risky session, I want a better challenge. So a push is not good enough. I want a biometric. I want a fingerprint or an eye because this is considered risky behavior. Then we also can do things like geo-blocking. So if I'm in a different country, I can block. But not only can I block it for country, I can even get as granular as the app based on the role as well. So we can get very granular, and there's nobody else that does that.
That's awesome. And to learn more about RSA SecurID, feel free to visit rsa.com to learn even more. Jim, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for protecting all of us here at Blackhat this week.
Quite welcome. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.